Okay, so you live in Simi Valley, you have a dog, and you're trying to find a trainer. It can feel like a really big task, right? Well, don't worry. We're going to break it all down into a simple, practical guide to help you find the absolute perfect fit for you and your four-legged friend. One of the best things about living here is all the great outdoor space we have. I mean, we've got amazing trails, beautiful parks, and you want your dog to be a part of all that, right? That's really what this is all about. Good training means you can both enjoy everything our area has to offer without the stress. All right, first things first. Before you even start Googling trainers, you need to figure out what exactly you want to accomplish. Getting super clear on your goals right now is going to make the whole process so much easier down the line.
Yeah, I bet some of these look pretty familiar, huh? That leash pulling that makes your arms sore, the jumping on every single guest who walks through the door, maybe a little too much barking for the neighbor's taste. These are the classic reasons people start looking for help. Just figuring out which one is your top priority, that's your starting point.
And hey, it's not just about puppies either. A dog's needs really change as they get older. I mean, what you're working on with a rambunctious teenage dog is totally different than the goals for a senior dog or even a recently adopted adult who's still settling in. Okay, so you've figured out what you want to work on. Now, the next piece of the puzzle is how you're going to do it. There are a few different ways training can happen, and the best one really depends on your schedule, your dog's personality, and those goals we just talked about. Let's check them out. So think about the two big ones, in-home training versus group classes. In-home is awesome for those problems that, well, happen at home, like your dog going nuts when the doorbell rings. On the flip side, group classes are fantastic for teaching your dog to listen to you when there's a lot going on, other dogs, other people. It's all about the environment. And of course, there are other choices. You've got day training where the trainer does a lot of the initial work for you, which is great if you have a crazy schedule. Private lessons give you that super focused one-on-one time, and then there's board and train, which is a much more intensive live-in program for bigger training challenges. All right, this is the big one. How do you actually pick somebody? This is where you need to know what to look for and what questions to ask to make sure you're getting a real professional. If you take just one thing away from this, let it be this. Look for trainers who use positive reinforcement. It's that simple. It means they reward the good things your dog does. You really want to steer clear of anyone whose methods are based on fear or intimidation. Building a good relationship with your dog is the foundation for everything. Now, you're probably going to see a bunch of letters after some trainers' names, like CPDTKA. Don't let that alphabet soup scare you. Think of it like this. It shows that trainer has put in the work, passed exams, and is serious about keeping up with the latest humane methods. It's a really good sign of a true professional. Okay, let's talk about money. 'Cause let's be real, that's a big part of the decision. So what can you expect to pay for dog training around here in Simi Valley and the rest of Ventura County? Well, it really depends on what you choose. For something like a group class that runs for several weeks, you're likely looking at somewhere between, say, $140 and $280. A single one-on-one private lesson could be anywhere from $100 to $175. And then, of course, the bigger programs like Board and Train are a much larger investment. Okay, maybe screenshot this or write these down. These are the 6 key questions you should ask any trainer you're considering. Seriously, their answers will tell you pretty much everything you need to know to make a great choice. So, you've picked a trainer and you're learning all this great stuff. Awesome. But now comes the really important part, taking those new skills out into the real world. And to do that right, you need to know the local rules and where the best practice spots are. Yeah, being a good dog owner in our community is also about being a good neighbor, right? It's the simple things, keeping your dog leashed unless you're in a designated off-leash area, making sure they're licensed with the county, and just being mindful of things like barking. It makes life better for everyone. Okay, so you know the rules, but where should you actually go to practice? The good news is Simi Valley has some really fantastic spots for this. And you can be strategic about it. Want to work on your dog's recall? Coming when called. The dog park at Rancho Simi is a safe, fenced place to do it. Need to practice good leash manners around other people? The trails at Corriganville are perfect for that. And for just a nice, calm walk where you'll pass bikes and other dogs, the Arroyo Simi Greenway is your go-to. Oh, and here's a little bonus tip, especially for anyone who has a rescue dog. It's called the 3-3-3 rule. It's just a simple reminder to be patient. It takes about 3 days for a new dog to decompress, 3 weeks to start learning your routine, and a full 3 months to really, truly feel like they're home. It's all about giving them time. You see, when you find the right professional and you put in the practice, it's about so much more than just stopping some bad habits. You're building an incredible bond with your dog. Soon, you'll be enjoying those calm walks, having fun and stress-free visits to the dog park, and just enjoying a more peaceful home together. Good luck on your training journey.